Good morning from the Pacific Northwest of the US on a cloudy fall day. I'm Jesse Wiens Ju, and this week I'll be beginning to lead a course called Courage to Speak. And in the spirit of that course, I thought this morning I'd just offer all of you, wherever you are on the planet, whether you're taking the course or not, just a bit of a practice to support you in your life, professionally, personally, in your workplace, family, community, of something you can do to help gather your strength and come to your vision or clarity about what you might want to say or what you might need to say to someone in your life or to a group in your life, even if you've been afraid or hesitant up until now. And this is something that comes from my own personal experience. For much of my life, I think I have had fears around speaking up sometimes when I have been worried it might cause tension or conflict. And I think about Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s words from the letter from a Birmingham jail. And he talks about his disappointment in folks who prefer to live from a place of negative peace, the absence of tension, rather than peace that is the presence of justice. And I'm quoting him right now because in some ways his words helped point a direction for me of what it means to step into finding the courage to speak. And this is the practice I want to invite you into today, which is take a moment right now to consider a situation or environment, a context in your life where you have been afraid to speak up. You've kept silent because you were afraid of what tension or conflict it might cause. Think of that situation now. I think most of us have that somewhere in our life. And what I want you to think about in this moment is who it might benefit or serve if you did speak up, and how it might benefit that person. To begin with, that person could include you. What might speaking up in this context or situation, what might it contribute to your life? Would it help you move from a spectator or critic or dreamer in your own life to an active player? Perhaps. How might speaking up benefit somebody else in your life? If you have children, would speaking up contribute to them somehow? Perhaps it might model something to them. Perhaps you might want to teach them something about that if they're in a circumstance in their life where it's important to speak up, that they can have the courage to speak up because they've seen their parent do that before. Might it benefit someone in a group that's part of this conversation? Could it contribute to your coworkers? Might it help make your workplace a safer or more connecting or easier place to work, more productive even? Might it benefit a family member or a community member? Perhaps your speaking up might take the heat off of somebody else who has been speaking up and been taking a lot of attacks and blame for it? Could your speaking up be a support to others by bringing the attention to yourself instead of them? Could your speaking up inspire others who are in a similar situation to you? Maybe they would like someone else to be the first one to speak, but they would gain courage just from seeing you speak. I'm throwing out a bunch of these ideas, but the message is the same in all of them, which is when you think about a situation in your life where you have been hesitant or afraid to speak, consider who it might benefit, including yourself, if you were to speak, and how it might benefit their life. Lean into that. Feel that. Consider that. Let that give you strength today. Let that give you strength when you consider what you would like to say or do next. And if you want more guidance, more support, more companionship in walking down this journey of finding the courage to speak in your life, whether it's interrupting, setting boundaries, unpacking your fears about speaking, taking a big risk and speaking truth in a context where maybe others have not been willing to say the uncomfortable truth that's in the room, and even cleaning up your messes. What do you do after you speak up? What happens if it triggers or stimulates someone? If you're wanting further support or guidance and companionship in any of that, then there's still time. I encourage you to sign up. There's a couple more days, depending on when you see this message. We'll be starting on October 20th in US Pacific time. I hope if you would like our support, companionship, and guidance in this journey of speaking up, I hope you'll join us. And in the meantime, wherever you are, blessings for all that you do to make your world, your community, your own life a better place.